Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Reality Group Chat. I am your host, Daniel Cusimano here. Guys, listen, this is going to be like a supersized episode here because I'm filming episode 11. And then in this, we're also having the finale episode. So if you don't give a shit about episode 11, hopscotch and boogie over. I'm going to say, literally, let's say 15 minutes. 15 minutes into the video. And then you go see Jordan on here. We're doing a live recording of the finale. So don't go anywhere. Don't be like, wait, I thought this is episode 11. Where's the finale? It's 15 minutes in the video. We're just bringing them together for the guys and the girls and the gays and the days and everyone. So let's get into it, guys. This is episode 11. I'm filming this the day. Finale is in an hour. I can't even believe we're here at the end. But let's discuss on what happened on episode 11 because I would be remiss if we did not get to speak about it. There's obvious reasons why I didn't want to speak about it. I'm just going to be completely honest with you guys, and you just have to understand. Thank you so much. So let's get into the recap, everyone. So exciting. Guys, so listen. So we start off with the episode of Cirie clocking Devins with the chips. I mean, she's just not having it. Like, Mama, like, she's just Cirie. I feel like Cirie's at her wits' end at this point. I think she's done. I think, especially after Ozzy going, she's like, bitch, I'm so fucking pissed. My favorite thing Cirie says in this is she says, I thought you had two fucking brain cells to rub together. If I knew you were a fucking idiot, I wouldn't have worked with you. And you know what? That was deserved. Like, honestly, like, I can't even. I think she just ate. I think it was what it was. We did what we had to do. Now, here's the thing. And Cirie brought up a really good point. Once she got. I'll say it, whatever. Once she gets the Ponderosa, because we know what happens. Um, I just, like, don't really want to admit to it. It's giving me Rachel Riley PTSD all over again. And I was just really not looking forward to it. Yeah. Anyways, so she said this. She said, listen, without Ozzy, like, in the game, without me getting the extra vote, and there was another thing he did, she said, I wouldn't have been here. I wouldn't have made it this far. So I love her for that. And I think she is correct. I think it's one of those things where, yeah, you want to be angry at Ozzy, but then it's also one of those things of, if you didn't have Ozzy, would you have gotten this far into the game? I mean, I want to say yes, but I think, well, she would have been out with if she didn't have the extra vote that Ozzy did give her. So it's one of those things where, yeah, she's pissed at Ozzy right now. And I don't blame her because, like, it's like, bitch, I think we shouldn't be here. Like, we shouldn't be in this position, like, at all. Like, yeah, like, I wouldn't be here without you, but you wouldn't have gotten here without me. Like, we should still both be here together. So I thought that was really fucking crazy. Then we start the next day of Devon's looking for idols, like, as he should. The fact that, like, we are at Survivor 50 and there is, like, no idols you can find on your own, I think is batshit boo boo crazy. The fact that the only idols we got was Billie Eilish Boomerang idols, I think was literally so weird. And I just don't think it was a good idea. I just don't. I'm like, what do you guys want from me? Like, I'm giving the hair's looking rough. What do you guys want from me? I think we should have gone back to regular idols. I don't think we should have gotten. I mean, it was just such a flop. Billie Eilish Boomerang Idol was a flop, bitch. I yeah, I said what I said, and that's what I said. Or I think we should have had like one Billie Eilish Boomerang Idol, and that should have been like given at merge, because once like all three people had it, everybody's going to spill it to someone. Someone's going to tell someone, someone's going to tell, and then everybody knows. And then it's kind of like it defeats the purpose. So I don't know how that like went through the ranks and like how that got approved. No say here. Obviously Devin doesn't find an idol because, bitch, there's no fucking idols. But like, for some reason you think now like they just randomly like populated there. Okay. Jonathan is the only smart one. Look, oh, I said this. Jonathan is the only smart one because he's like, oh, let's go with him. Like, yeah, like $2 million is on the line. Like, the fact that like no one wants to be like, hello, 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 what's going on? Como se dice? Hello, is really batshit fucking crazy wild to me, Boots. Like, I'm just like, right. Anyways, so Devon's he has an emotional moment and I appreciate it. I just think you're worn fucking down. I think a little bit of it is strategy. I also just think a lot of it is just fucking exhaustion, like fucking me right now. And I just think it's a cute moment to see Devon's like this because we see like the crazy sporadic, like, but I think like just seeing him break down his little walls here, I love this. Okay, so now we're going to the comp. So the comp is pretty much stack letters to spell. Why do I say comp? Stack letters to spell immunity. I feel like there was much more than that. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. And I'm so sorry. I just think stack letters. Oh, Guys, you want to know what the gag is here? I know two people go home this episode. I forgot that there was two different comps. I'm following now. So yeah, the comp is to stack letters to spell immunity. And you have to do it with the rope, and you have to go really slow, slow, whatever. Here's my thing. I don't think Sarir. I don't think Sarir did this because she spelled immunity. She was gonna spell immunity wrong at the end, but it's like whoever, like, bitch, spell the word. Why am I dying? I just watched a rom com. Maybe that's why. Anyways, spell the word but spell it backwards, so then every block you take it's the next one, and every block, don't just have it all over there. My brain, I would be so tired, so hungry, so dehydrated, so exhausted. Bitch, I don't even know if I could spell immunity correctly, let alone like walking, holding, making sure I don't go too fast or too slow, and then figuring out how to spell immunity backwards. You got me fucked up. I'm using all of my brain energy at that first part of the challenge to spell, okay, let's spell immunity. And now let's like stack immunity. If you guys don't know how to spell shit backwards, what you should do is spell immunity out correctly, like downwards, and then you just one, two, three. You know what I'm saying? You got it. I hope someone, if you guys go on Survivor, you listen to this and you said, remember when Daniel told me that? I got it. I'm on it now. You're welcome. Okay, so then there's a little reward. And then Joe decides to take Suri and Rizzo, which I mean, given I like them both, so I'm like okay with it. Even though Rizzo, I don't even want to say he's on my shit list, guys, for what he did last week, and I think we spoke about it. Like, I do understand, like, you were never going to beat Ozzy, so like, yeah, and I think just like it would, I don't know, but I also, what I'm going to say is we're getting down to the point where like I don't think I don't think you would have beat Ozzy, but I also am like we're at the point where you're almost at the point. I think he just thought he could get to the end with numbers of people who weren't as good strategic players, which like I do understand. But then I'm also at the point where I'm like, did you really have to cut them off right now? Because like Ozzy and Sarir are always going to be bigger targets than you. So like it doesn't, like, for me, the only reason to get rid of Ozzy is if you're wanting to go end game with Sarir, because then it's like, but like I would have kept them both in because like Ozzy exposed his game. Let them now just go after Ozzy and Suri, and like you can be in the background. Like you're also have more people who are shields in front of you. So whatever. What do I know? Nothing clearly. I said Rizzo cocky about not playing with the idol. Oh, I don't know why I said that. Rizzo cocky about not playing. I maybe not playing the idol. Like I think he was like or maybe he is gonna play it or he isn't gonna play it. I don't really know. I think just the cockiness of Rizzo in this type of season, I just don't think works because even at the beginning when he was like, I'm not gonna lie and tell you guys, like, I don't know how I got here, like I know how I got here, and like he was just kind of being a little bit full of himself. It's like you have to understand, like, this is a different caliber of player and respect and like people who you need to like get you on in jury. Like when you're cocky, you're like, I don't need to play it. Like I just don't think it's as well received as if you're like playing more low-key underground, figuring out how it all works. Does that make sense, anybody? Yeah, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Tiff's over Rizzo's ass. You know what, Tiff, and like fair. I think Tiff is just like, girl, you be doing all the most and for what? Thank you. Devin and Tiff want to go for Rizzo. And I said, right, get into that quickly. Only because I'm like anybody but Saria at this point. Like at this point, it's any bitch, it's a Sandra Diaz 20, anybody but me, bitch. Like anybody but fucking me. Aubrey doesn't know Suri and Rizzo are good, which was like a little bit crazy because again, I think that their alliance here was so good. Like they were telling shit to Rizzo, they were telling shit to Suri, like, and Suri's good with all these bitches, and so she was getting all the information. Then I said Aubrey was smart saying that they don't know if the old folks will vote Rizzo to win. I do think she's smart with this because she's saying she's learned. I mean, giving guys, we're going heading into finale in literally 55 minutes. And it's like they have given the edit so much to Aubrey that she should win this season. And I am praying she doesn't win. I know that's crazy. And I know I would love Tiff to win. Honestly, I'd be okay with Rizzo winning, even though I always said I wanted an old schooler to win. I just hate when like it's so obvious. Like I want to go into the end of like, who is it? Like I want to go into the end of like a close vote. Like we are getting a live finale. I want it to be special. I want it to be something. Bitch, give me the ultimate gag and make sure Aubrey isn't in the end. I said what I said. What do you guys want from me? Then I said Tiff's pushing Rizzo to Jonathan. Okay, like we're really going into it. Jonathan and Tiff tell Suri about the plan. And so then I'm like, okay, like it just shows like how good Suri's game is she literally is like beyond close with Rizzo and nobody knows. Stunning. Stunning vibes. Then I said Tiff is getting too cocky. I think Tiff's getting too cocky because like it's very much like I want this and we're gonna do this. And I'm like, okay, mama, like I love you, Diva. Like, not too much on my girls, because I don't want people to be looking at you side eyes and being like, you're getting a little too big for the britches. You know what I'm saying? Clock. And then I said Devin gets emotional at tribal. I'm dead. Oh yeah. And then Devin plays a shot in the dark. He's not safe. Um, Oh, I guess I just like didn't put it out in my notes. So and so gets booted off. I said, "Is there any more to that?" Yeah, but we go to tribal council. Devon's like knows what's up. Like he knows like what's happening, and I just it just I think Devon's did a lot of big moves and flashing moves of like the fake idol there, and like even though I don't think he needed to get it when he did, like obviously the 2 million, which he had to do. Like there was nothing he could have done about that. But I just think what Devon's thing was is he just got pushed into a position where you did so much so outwardly, and it's like you did so much to everybody, like that everybody could see, and like for that it's like there's no way why people would want to take you to the end. I mean, I don't even blame the 2 million, but like doing the fake idol, great move, but it's like that should have been last resort, where it's like I'm saying like final five type shit, you know what I mean? And where like they have no chance to cut you, do you know what I'm saying? Like I just think when he did it, I don't think he was going home that tribal council. There were still so many people left. And I'm like, Devins, if you do, I would just be thinking, if I do this now, it is going to be the hardest journey for me to get to the end because this is all that will be in people's heads. And they're already going to have that. So what can I do? Devins plays a shot in the dark. Shot in the dark is not good. Let's get rid of it. Shot in the dark, I think, has been, it's made 3 people safe in 10 seasons. I just don't care enough about that. I think the payoff of that is so, I don't think it should be like a 50-50 shot. It shouldn't be at all, but just like put another idol out there. I do not care. Figure out another twist. To do 1 in 6, I said this, guys, and I'll die on this hill. I think it should be 1 in 6 if someone tries it. Then it's 1 in 5. Then it's 1 in 4. Then it's 1 in 3. Then it's 1 in 2. Then it's 1. It gives people more of an opportunity to risk their vote and weigh out, do I want to do it to give somebody a better chance next time? Hello. Get on that, Jeff. Okay, so Devins goes home. Womp womp. That's sad because I really did like him. And then we go back to Tiff wants Rizzo out bad. Again, he didn't play his idol again. And like, why should he? Like, again, he told you what he did in Survivor 49 and he did the same thing in 50. And like, y'all bitches be acting like it's brand new. I don't like, hello, vibes. I don't really, okay, I guess. Aubrey tells Jonathan she wants Tiff out. Okay, like, period, because it's not Suri. Get into that gig. Hearing Aubrey talk about Ko Wrong, oh my god, bitch, 2,930. Like, I just put an insane number. I mean, just the amount of times I've heard this bitch talk about her previous season, I do not want her to win because I'm just over here at the editors saying, why are you making it so in our face? And also, why has this bitch brought wrong like 18 million times? I get it. Like, I get it. But you're doing too much. And I think on a season like 50, you do not want to make it obvious who wins. And that's how I feel. Then I said Jonathan doesn't want Rizzo to tell Suri it's going against Tiff, which, like, again, makes sense because you know Suri and Tiff are good, but like Rizzo's good with Suri, which nobody knows about. I love when Riz God is being a Riz rat. Iconic. Like, honestly, like, bitch, you know what? Give yourself that name. I really don't give a fuck. I don't, and I thought it was funny. Okay, so then we do the comp. So it's the Survivor teeter totter. You get a puzzle. What is it? I said, oh, it's teeter totter. Like, you get it. You have to get your puzzle pieces, go back and forth, and you have to stack the blocks, get over the balance beam, spell the word, make it an arch puzzle. I was dying when, number one, I don't even understand why the word was inconceivable. Bitch, I do not know how to spell inconceivable. And I got my master's degree from the number 4 school in the country in international business. Hello. I died when Jonathan and Joe don't know how to spell inconceivable. I don't think they didn't know how to spell inconceivable. I think they just didn't know that it had to be on the opposite side, which, like, I'm confused. Is this your first season watching? Quickly? Expeditiously? So that was a little bit crazy. Aubrey helping Joe, bad look. I just thought this was crazy because, like, again, Aubrey is like, I don't know. I think, like, I know you want Tiff out, but I just think, like, Aubrey, like, you're someone who, like, quote unquote is at the bottom. So you helping these bitches out, to me, that would like send alarm bells of like, alarm, 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 alarm. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole thing. Guys, I'm like, actually, how big is this jury? Because, like, I think Tiff Loki could take it if she gets to the end. And, like, we're going to talk about that in 5 seconds. And I'm going to tell you why in a few seconds. Yeah, actually, we're going to eat that up in a few seconds. I'm going to tell you my thoughts at the end. I just, like, had, like, a premonition, low-key. Anywho. So, they don't know how to spell inconceivable. How would I spell it? Inconceive. I think I would have done C-I-E instead of C-E-I, but then my mom told me I after E except after C. Bitch, I would have not thought about that on the island. Bitch, I got the one brain cell scraping together to figure something out. The fuck, and you think I know what that is? Quickly? Hello? Okay, then Aubrey helping Joe out. I said bad look. I said Rizzo helping Jonathan out. What the fuck? Like, I'm just like at this point, like, guys, win it for yourself. I don't like I know, like, is Tiff that scary? And like I also just don't know where I saw like all these guys like really like getting together. Like I don't know if I blinked and it happened or they're part of this. Like, I don't know if this was like the OG like good men shit, but like this was just really crazy for me. Tiff wins immunity. Eat. Like bitch said, yeah, get fucked, everybody. And I'm just like, she just keep winning and winning and winning. And honestly, I'd be so happy if Tiff won because like her edit at the beginning of the season was so horrific. So I'd love to see that. And then we have Aubrey going for Cirie. No, telling Rizzo, Jonathan, and Joe. And I said, I knew this time would come. I just didn't think it would be now. Actually, I did. I just knew in my gut like some fuck shit was going to be happening about this. Rizzo turning on Cirie. Cirie knowing it's between her and Aubrey. Cirie telling Jonathan Aubrey spilled, but it was Rizzo. Okay, so there's a lot I just told you there. Let's talk about Rizzo for a second turning on Cirie. Do I think this is a bad move for him, guys? Honestly, no. Like, I just have to be like, if he feels like good within ever, like, here's the thing, he's gonna make it to 5. He has an idol at 5. He's making it to 4. I think at this point, like, you're thinking, I'm gonna have to make fire, or who's gonna take me in the end? Like, why wouldn't anybody and everybody take Joe? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, do you really need Cirie at the end for a vote? But then Final Four, it doesn't matter because Final Four, it's just so honestly, guys, you guys know I'm a Cirie fan through and through. I'm putting myself in Rizzo's spot. I would get rid of Cirie here because here's the thing: you're making it to 5. That's all that matters. The only thing that matters at 4 is winning a comp. Given on the other side, what I could given if Cirie goes to the end, you're not winning against Cirie. So on one end, I would say this: if you try to stay with Cirie and like keep her good and you somehow help her get to 4, you know she's going to be making fire. You just do. You know she's going to be making it to fire, and that just is what it is. And that's like one other person you wouldn't have to beat in an immunity challenge. So here I'd be like, why aren't we looking at Jonathan? Jonathan is someone who will probably beat you in an immunity challenge. That's if you're just trying to get to 3 and like you're trying to win final immunity at 4. Are you guys following what I'm saying here? Again, if Rizzo is thinking, I don't want to make fire, I want to try to win the final 4 immunity challenge so like I can make it to finale, I don't think you get rid of Cirie here. Given it is a big risk of like she could win fire or she goes out next week. So who does it really matter? So I think this was good for his game. But I think he's just setting himself up for it. You're going to have to make fire because you're not. I don't think you've ever won an immunity challenge. And you're going to be making fire 2 seasons in a row. And I hope you learned in the 5 days that you were gone because if not, like you're fucked. Is what it is. This is Cirie masterful gameplay, and everybody you should be taking notes. So Cirie telling Jonathan that Aubrey spilled the tea about Tiffany going home today, but really when it was Rizzo. This is why it was so masterful. It's holding your information, holding your cards until you need it. Here's the thing: Aubrey already was like everybody already looks at Aubrey as like she's a snake. She's slithery. She'll do whatever she can for the end. So she already had this preconceived notion around her that she's not trustworthy. Given Cirie has never given these other people, that ability. Cool. All of this to say, what you have to think and what you have to look at is this is how you do it. If this wasn't Cirie, if this was anybody else that like they were going against, this would have worked because Cirie just obviously they went to like even if Aubrey is a snake, like we can't win against Cirie in the end, and we know we can't win against Cirie in the end. So like, duh, that makes sense. If this was anybody else telling this information, it would have worked. And this is what you do. You find the weak link. You find the person that people do not trust, who they already have suspicion on, and you throw it on them because guess what? They already believe it. Hello. This was just masterful. And I love Cirie. Jonathan goes to Joe and they're like, what should we do? What should we do? Then Joe tells Aubrey. And I'm like, oh my God. But then I'm like, Joe, why are you telling Aubrey in the way of like, she's never going to fucking admit to it. Like, so whatever, like that's a waste. We go to tribal council and Cirie goes home. Yeah, sorry, I'm just having a stroke right now. Anyway, so that's kind of what it was, guys. So let me tell you why I think Tiff's gonna win. I'm actually pulling this up right now. Survivor 50, please hold, jury. Let me tell you why. I need to know how many photos, I need to know how many votes there are for somebody to win. Okay, a day ago. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. So there's 9 people in the jury, 5 people left. So there's going to be 11 people. So you need 6 votes to win without it getting split anywhere else. Here's the thing, and I could be really wrong here, and I'm like, I stand 10 toes on this. What I love about Tiff, and what I think Tiff has a very good storyline with, Tiff kept D in, and D might give her that loyalty potentially. Now, it's the same thing with Cirie. Like the connection that was made here between Tiff. So that's like 2 votes. You need 4 somewhere else. This is what I'm saying to you, and this is what I just think is a very interesting. I think if Tiff makes it to the end and can utilize this, I think if Tiff doesn't win at 5, she's fucked. Like, Mama, you're going. I'm holding your hand when I tell you this. Um, and the reason I say that is because, well, what makes it very interesting with Tiff is like you have to look at the D Tiff or the vote with D, right? Everybody was against D but Tiff, and Tiff still stood 10 toes with her. And then she was low key almost the next vote out, but she stayed in. Again, with Cirie, she knew where the ship was going, and Tiff still stuck with Cirie. And I think there is something commendable about that. I think how she integrated from being at the bottom and then like kind of moving her way and integrating her way and also winning challenges when she needed to also very much helped her. I think Aubrey has a strong case as well because Aubrey, you look at her and she was always at the bottom, like even on her OG tribe, and yet she's still here. And that is something so fucking commendable. I think the way she used information is really good. But guys, I'm gonna hold everybody's hand when I tell you this. Yeah, I'm really am. I'm gonna have to sit up when I tell you guys this. Like, and I really want to hold everybody's hand when I say everybody this. Do you want to know who I really think should win Survivor 50? And I'm just like, I think Riz God deserves to win Survivor 50. And I'm gonna tell you why. I thought about this the other day, like for a hot second. Here's the thing of what I look at with Rizzo's game. Number one, Rizzo came into this game the only other person in a tribe of 24 people or a cast of 24 people. Him and Savannah were the only people who did not have preconceived relationships with anybody else. There was nothing to build off of. There was no reason for people to trust you. There was no the reason for people not to trust you. There was no connection. There was no outside factor. There wasn't playing with you for seasons or going to events with each other or watching each other's seasons or seeing the gameplay. There is no reason people should have wanted to work with Rizzo because you don't know how he played, right? You have nothing to go off of. It's not like, oh, I liked you on your season. You're the type of player who I would want to work with, or you're the type of player who I wouldn't want to work with. He had nobody. And the only other person who had that against them was Savannah. Now, adding that to the list of I had no relationships to anybody on the outside, having that mixed into I had an idol that everybody knew about since day, 12, right? Cool. That everybody knew about. And I only received 1 vote, and that was from Chrissy. And throughout the whole season, I never received one other vote. How he integrated himself with Cirie and with Ozzy and with other people now weaving his way into the background, even when the Dragon Slayer coach brought him in. Great. He had to cut out Ozzy when he knew he needed to, and then he cut off Cirie when he knew he needed to. And like, yeah, like there's times where you have to like use other people as shields in front of you and let them go when you need to. It's not an honorable game, so to speak, but it like is part of the game. I say all of this. I do not like Rizzo did not win any comps. And I think like he loses a little bit on there, but I also think like when we're looking at someone like Aubrey, like we're not saying that about her. Like you didn't win any comps this season or whatever. All of this to say, I think, in my personal opinion, or one of them, I think Rizzo had one of the hardest games to overcome. And I think Aubrey's up there as well. I think, like, just her being a threat, but given people can look at Aubrey and say, I've seen how you played before. I like that, or I don't like that. And there's are things that she had to work through. Sure. I think it's both just in different aspects. All of this to say, I think Rizzo is I think he should be a contender. I don't think they will give it to him because I think they look at him as a kid and they look at him as cocky. And I just don't think this cast is going to reward that, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't know if he could articulate his game that well. I also just have this like gut feeling he's going to like be at fire making again and he's going to lose, which is like because they set up the whole thing about like Ozzy being like, or when Ozzy was like, Ozzy was like, he doesn't even want to like do like make fire and blah blah. And then he's in the confessional. I didn't come here to build fire, make fire, and eat catch food and blah blah. I came here to strategize. Rah, rah, rah. I do. I just think it is commendable, and I think it's something to be looked at. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Aubrey's season, I think. Oh, also let me say this. You can say the move that Aubrey made to get rid of Ozzy. That wasn't Aubrey's move. It was Rizzo. Rizzo was the decide. You have to understand. Rizzo was the deciding factor of the two people going home. Rizzo could have kept Ozzy safe. Rizzo could have theoretically made it a tie and kept Cerise safe. Yet someone who had no prior relationships to anybody, who nobody knew anything about, is somehow the one that is in the middle of these votes or having all of these knowledge, has all of this knowledge, and is also the one deciding shit. I think that's really fucking commendable. I think to put yourself in that position where you can get people to trust you and vote out people that they've played seasons with, that they've done events with, that they've gone to birthday parties with, that they've whatever with. I think that's really commendable. And I think it says something about his game and how he worked. And I think only getting one vote when you've had a known idol since day 12 is very fucking commendable. And that he never played it. I don't know. That's where I'm at. I honestly think so. I think for him, it's he had nobody had any reason to like him, to want to work with him, because they do not know how he's played. And to make it this far with a known idol in your pocket, to be in the middle and the deciding factor of so many votes, or just like the keeper of information of, if I tell someone this information, they're going to get to stay or not, and balancing that out and getting yourself into that position, I think is really fucking commendable. And that's my tea. But guys, that's all I have for you on episode 11. This went 25, 26 minutes. I don't really know how, but next time you'll see us in literally 10 seconds. And I will be with Jordy Boy. And we'll be talking about finale. So hopefully, I just want it to be something unique. I want Cirie to win America's favorite, as she should. But I want it to be a finale where I'm like, what the fuck? Or like it's like 5-5 and there's one vote left. Who will get it? But I also just don't think this is that impressive of a final 5. So we'll see. But yeah, we'll talk to you guys next. Follow me everywhere at Daniel_Cusimano. Follow Jordan everywhere at It's Jordan Staff. Corey Tyler at everywhere QUORITYLER. And us everywhere at Reality Group Chat. You'll hear the same spiel at the end of the episode, but we'll talk to you in literally 2 seconds. Hold on tight. Cause here, oh, I don't want this outro. Please don't. Let me set an outro. Why do I never know that? Oh, okay, cool. Let's try this one. Welcome back to the Reality Group Chat, everybody. I am one of your co-hosts, Daniel Cusimano.
I am Jordan Staff, and I don't know why it's always delayed for me. Like, I see you reacting, and then it rings for me, but then the playback is correct. But anyways, what's up, people? I'm Jordan.
Maybe I just have like maybe I'm just like fake as fuck, and I'm just like
before. I think it, and we don't need to go into logistics, but I think I know why.
And that's something you guys will never know. Okay, guys, listen. Obviously, this is a little Frankenstein episode where we just talked about the previous episode, and now we're talking about the finale. So, hello, good morning. We're here. I have thoughts on this finale. I have a lot of thoughts on the finale. Jordan, before we even get into it, who were you rooting for heading into the finale, and who did you think was going to win, actually? Was it different than what you wanted?
Yeah, rooting for Tiffany and Rizzo. Thought Aubrey would win. Did not want Jonathan to win.
Same. Actually, well, that's it. And thank you guys for watching this episode of the Reality Group Chat. No, that's how I felt too. Here's the thing, and I'm just going to be completely honest with you. The editing this season in terms of like Aubrey winning, and maybe it's because we've done I don't think it's because we've done reality TV. I think anybody can like notice it, but I just think we picked it up like episode literally 2. Yeah. I think when you edit it so obviously, I have a problem. Like for me, I feel like this was like very like if you really think about it, we didn't get Tiffany's storyline until she got to jury and she made it to a final 5 and she won 3 immunity challenges. Yeah. And we didn't really hear about Joe's game at all, which like given like what we hear, but like we didn't hear from he was final 3. Even Jonathan was like sprinkled in there a little bit, whatever, and like Rizzo I think was okay, but I'm like, I think that's a problem. Like, I feel like if you're editing the show, do not let everybody know who's going to win the whole entire season.
Especially one of your finalists, like not giving her an edit at the beginning, like was crazy. Or like she wasn't a finalist, but like final episode in regards to Tiffany. It's like anyone with a brain knows she's not going to win now.
And my only excuse for that is like her team always won. So I get it. Half the episode it's talking about the team who lost and the team was going to tribal. I don't think she ever went to tribal until merge or like until. So I get that in a way, but still, I don't know. I'm just like, so for me at this point, I was like, I want anybody else other than Aubrey to win. Like that's how I felt as a viewer because I just felt like it was so pointed.
Yeah, that's like with every show. It's like even I can't think of an example right now, but yeah, like every show. It's
I
like
mean,
duh. It's like Drag Race. I mean, there's probably not a lot of crossover, but like when Ginger Minj was gonna win, and it was just like, yeah, we know this, so I don't want her to win because of that.
even the same thing with like Big Brother. Like when you see the season going down the way it is, and you're
Hmm.
like, okay, like whatever. Like, but I get to the point where I'm like, I want the complete 180 because I feel like, what was I
Yeah,
doing? Like,
yeah,
what was I doing this whole entire time? So yeah, I was pissed off. I think it was so obvious that Aubrey was gonna win, and I just think like as a fan, you're like, make me guess. Like,
yeah.
put it between like three people where it's like, ooh, heavy editing. I don't know. I just think the editors there, and like no tea, no shade to them. I just think like I think they've been there for a while because I'm like every week they do the thing where like the main person's gonna go home, and then the last 2 minutes of the edit before tribal council, they're
Yeah,
like, what if we voted out Aubrey? And then the other bitch goes home, and it's like that. Okay, like, and
yeah.
I need you guys to spice it up for me. That's all. Okay, I mean, I guess we'll go into this episode, and there were some crazy things that happened. If y'all were watching live, you know what we're about to talk about later on. Okay, so first we start off at the beginning, and I hated this. Rizzo got too cocky. He said, "I out Sari, not too fucking much."
No. Oh well, I gotta be honest. I can't even comment because I haven't watched Suri and Rick's elimination episodes still.
It was
I watched finale and that was like, well, at this point,
right. It was just here's the thing. Everybody wanted Sari out because of Sari. You did not out
yeah,
Sari. Like you did
no,
not do something that like was groundbreaking, revolutionary. So I'm gonna need you to calm the fuck down. At that point, I was not happy. I said Tiffany going at Aubrey, iconic. I guys, there's nothing about Tiffany I do not love.
I
I
love
love
her.
it down like. And listen, I'm gonna say this. I gave her a lot of shit at the beginning because I said, "Why are you here?" Like out of a lot of other people, I said, "Why are we bringing back Tiffany?" And I did not
Yeah,
understand. Beyond happy she's back. She ate up. I think she killed it, and I'm so.
I
But I
think I
just,
want her back on. I think she like will at some point for sure.
bitch, I want her back on tomorrow. Like I love her. I think she's so iconic. Where she was just like, and she's like, "Well, you were coming for me, and you should be asking yourself why."
Yeah. I
I
also
love
love
it.
that like she knew at the end that like the only way she was gonna get to the end was by comping out. So I loved how she just didn't give a fuck about like social game at that point. She was just like, I don't need to talk to you. What are you talking for? Like this is fucking stupid.
You know why though? Because she was like, "Bitch, I don't need any of your 2 jury votes, bitch.
Yeah.
Aubrey, I don't need yours. Oh, Jonathan, I don't need fucking yours because I'm winning when it gets back to
Yeah.
fucking camp. Oh, like I don't give a fuck. I love her. Okay. Then Joe says, "I don't know why she's taking it so seriously. Maybe it's $2 million and she knows she's
Yeah.
about to go home. Like the fuck. Like, am I missing something? Ho, whatever. That pissed me off. Okay, so then after that we head into the comp. So this comp you had to like climb something. I put fish. What were we fishing? I put climb, fish, shake, throw. What
I don't
was
know.
this?
I don't remember that one. Oh, I know at the very end they had to do the puzzle.
I don't know why I didn't write puzzle, but yeah, I
Remember
think
because it was Jonathan and
oh,
Tiff
oh,
like
oh,
neck and
you had to
neck.
climb. You had to. Oh, I know what it was. You had to climb the 3-story thing. Then you had to like fish down to like pull something up to get it. Then you had to go down. Then you had to shake the branch, and then the bags
Mm-hmm.
fell. Then you
Mm-hmm.
had to throw the bags to knock over the 3 things, and then you had to make the puzzle. Guys, here's the thing. My mom was like, "I want." She was like rooting for Jonathan to win. Don't even ask me. I understand. The call's coming from inside the house because like it was really like crazy. And I'm up. Like you guys, we made a charcuterie board. It was all cute. I'm up screaming. I'm like, Dad, Dad. And she, can I also say this about my girl Tiff, my good sis Tiff? Bitch, it did not look like there was any urgency. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, if you look back at that time, and I could just be, it's the 25, 24
Maybe that's
days.
her, but that's like I'm gonna stay calm and collected type thing.
No,
You know?
but like, Mama, number one, fucking Jonathan's puking over the ledge, and
Yeah.
she's just like, and there's like 2 pieces left. And I'm like, I'm not seeing the urgency. I'm not seeing that I'm going home and losing $2 million if I don't bogey. Like my ass would be fucking Usain Bolt, like hitting the thing. Like I don't give a fuck. And she was just, and then at the end she picked it up, and I was like, oh my god. And then she lost. And I told my mom, I said, Vicky, and this is what kills me about my family. Like they just like do not get editing where they're like, oh god, guys, I'm not kidding you. My family my dad's 71, my mom's 65, right? I'm like, so we're at final 3. Sorry, I know I'm a little bit ahead. And I said, who do you think's gonna win, Dad? And he says, I think Joe's gonna win.
What? What?
guys, I just so
Did you watch the show, Tamar?
I'm like, Roger. I said, Roger, Joe isn't getting a vote. I said this weeks ago. Joe's making it to 3 and he's not getting a vote. And he said,
Yeah.
I said, okay. Anyways, all this to say, Jonathan wins. Life sucks. I said Tiffany made a great point about Aubrey, and honestly, like, and I'm gonna be completely real with everybody. Like, I view, and Jordan, I'm interested to hear what you would think, because I honestly I hear both things. I think her story is beyond. Like, I think Aubrey's story. You've been on the island for 141 days, right? You should have won one time and you didn't. You've been back. You've all pretty much made it to finale every single time, whatever. You're back here. You were at the bottom the whole entire time, whatever. Given she did not win a comp at this point, but I just don't think comps matter in this season. Truthfully, like, I just don't, because like, what are you like?
I mean, clearly they didn't. Yeah.
Like, Sandra won twice, right? Like, you do not have to win comps. Like, that is not what this show is about. But I think she's making up great points, and then she's like, I think you're cutting the wires the wrong way.
Yeah.
What would you have done dead ass?
I mean, yes, but no, because it's like they were all screwed either way. It's like Aubrey was going to win or Tiffany was going to win. So, like at the end of the day, it's like if Tiff got to the end, she was going to win. If Aubrey was at the end, she was going to win. So it's like.
So my question to you is this. Which order would you have done it in? And I say this because I understand where they're coming from, in the sense of, Tiffany, the jury loves you. You've won 3 comp wins. And like, that's like the only, I think the girl has won 4. Oh, you can just speak. Like, this isn't a class. Jordan, what's your thoughts?
So here's what I would say. Aubrey, even though it was like, yes, either of them were going to win, I think optically it would have been smarter to get on Aubrey first, because then it would have been all new era at the end, and you have a better chance of trying to get votes your way. Whereas like if you have like an OG there, it's like, and not even like OG, but it's like, like it's Aubrey, right? Like we saw her, like she should have won. Some people say she should have won against Michelle. It's been too long since I've seen the season, so I don't really remember. But like, you have a better shot of swaying votes against maybe someone that wasn't,
I agree with you. I look at it where I see the point of like Tiffany's a compy, so there's a very big possibility.
Bro.
Emily, you're on the podcast.
What podcast? Oh my God, hi.
Hi.
Wait. So I missed a call at 2:00. It was a TV show, casting.
Okay, well maybe we shouldn't be putting this on the podcast.
I'm gonna mute. You're good. I mute you. Okay, guys, so while Jordan takes this call, I'm just going to speak. I muted his mic, so don't worry about it. We're all good. I'm just going to tell you my thoughts. Jordan, feel free not to listen. Anyways, so here's my thing. This is so funny that this is happening live and in Technicolor. So that's how I look at it, guys, where I think I look at it where I think Tiffany... Oh, he's back now. That was crazy. That was crazy.
I know what that was about. It was something I told her to apply for.
That was crazy. Okay. Well, this is what I'm saying. I understand wanting to take out Tiffany then, because she is such a comp beast and she is so close to winning all these comps. But also, Jeff, like, it was the fans' votes before the show even started on vote on which one you think it is. And it was the commotion, whatever. Like, it was between that and something else. So for me, if I knew what the final 4 comp was going to be between, of like slow motion or whatever you want to call it, and something else, I'd be like, okay, can I beat Tiffany in this? Probably. I'm gonna bring her to the end. I agree with you though. I'm more scared of Aubrey and who she is and her storyline and her arc I mean, and it just says, if you go to the end with either one, you're going to lose. But like, who do you think? And also, Aubrey won fire. I think people are forgetting this. Aubrey won fire. So it's like, girl, I don't know in what world you thought you were going to beat her in fire. Given they said it was close, but Tiffany's never made fire before in that situation. That's my thoughts. Tiffany calls out the men, and we find this out later, Jordan, and I want to know what your thoughts are on this. Tiffany said her anger with Jonathan was because when she spoke to him, and she was like, you know what I'm going to say. It was all because you're a girl. Like, it's there. Because she was like, me and Joe have the same amount of comp wins, so why does it matter? And he said, because you're a girl. Let me say this. I just don't think he spoke it correctly. Because what I would say to that, I would say 2 things. I would say, number one, well, number one, it should have been between Aubrey and her. So, like, I don't even know why we're focusing on Joe. But I would be like, listen, we're bringing Joe to the end because nobody likes Joe. It doesn't matter how many comps he's won, right? Nobody likes Joe. You're too good. People like. I just don't think he spoke it correctly.
I think. Yeah, I just think the issue with Jonathan is he already has like misogyny, like allegations from his first season, and we've like even from Survivor alumni, like you've just heard so much bad shit about him. So it's like, I don't even care what he meant.
I mean, honestly, same. Like, truthfully, I just think he's an idiot. And he's like, no, bitch, you should have literally just been like, bitch, because between you and Aubrey, you have 3 wins, and that bitch has 0. And John and no one cares about Joe having 3 comp wins because everybody hates him. You're too likable, which Rizzo did, and like much more respect for Rizzo. And I think the gag is I just think probably Jonathan just is low-key misogynistic, and he's like, whatever. So I don't even think it matters. I think he meant what he meant, and I just like wanted to try to give him the benefit of the doubt because I can't believe someone would be stupid enough to say something like that. Alas, here we are. Okay. So then we're going into it, and the challenge is the slow motion, whatever the fuck it is. Guys, honestly, can I be honest with you? I do not give a fuck about this comp.
Really? And let me I like it. It's fun. I want to try it out.
I just think because nobody wins it who I want to win it. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Like, I think like all my people at the end never pull through. And I'm like,
well, I want it on Survivor 57.
And it's, again, what I said, everybody who wins it, I don't like. So it's just like, anyways, no, what was this in between? Does anybody
want to know my name?
Bitch, put me back in my fucking rightful spot. Bitch, don't fucking play. Don't act up. No, but I want to know what the challenge was in between. I can't believe you like this challenge.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay. I just think it's like, you know what I miss? I miss like the bigger challenges of like, you have to go through the maze blindfold and you have to like figure out keys, or you have like, it's a longer, I just feel like there's a lot of old school Survivor I'm missing. And I didn't tell you this, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. I actually think I'm gonna go back and like watch like old Survivor, like season 1 through like 39.
If you're ever feeling really silly on Pluto, they have a Survivor channel where it's just streaming Survivor all the time. And I was just watching like Bronze versus Beauty,
Beauty versus Bronze versus Brains.
Whatever the fuck. Yeah. Well, clearly I don't have the brains here.
Right. Do you know that there's this thing called Paramount Plus where you
can Yeah, you know what else is crazy? They're not paying you for that, and Pluto's paying me.
What do you mean paying you?
Don't worry about it.
All right. So we're doing the slow motion. I forget who goes out first. I low-key think Rizzo goes out first. Then I think it's Jonathan, and then it's between Joe and Aubrey, and Aubrey's eating it the fuck up. Like, I could just tell. Like, she was in it, and then Aubrey wins. And I said, and that's the 2 million. Let's go home.
And that's the game's done. Yeah, I didn't even care anymore. I did get nervous during jury questioning, though. I was like, is Jonathan? Ooh. And then fucking, I know she's your friend, or not your friend, but you like her, Miss Tampa. What's her name?
OD?
Stephanie.
Oh, Stephanie. Okay, don't say I don't like her, because she has a lot of crazy allegations going on right there.
I'm out. I've been out, but I'm really out.
Oh, that was just crazy. I think we've just lost the plot from who she used to be, and that just is what it is. I mean, I saw her at a chicken salad chick grand opening with my mother, and my mom. Say hi. I didn't say. My mom was like, I was like, why didn't you go up and tell her you were on reality TV? I'm like, that's just so weird. Like, I'm not gonna go up to Stevie fucking go say, I was on reality TV too. So nice to meet you. But I lived in an apartment for 2 weeks and you starved on an island for like 90 days. Like, I think we are very different people.
I mean, I lost 10 pounds while I was in the circle.
Oh, I mean, guys. So fun fact about the circle experience for Jordan and I. So if you guys didn't know, Jordan actually flew out to Manchester for seasons 4 and 5.
4, yep.
And I flew out for seasons 2 through 3, whatever. Before this, I had to be quarantined in an apartment for 2 weeks by myself, and I literally would only eat a bag of chips a day. And because I was like, I told them I was a skinny twink from Palm Harbor, Florida, so I can't go and look at and so I wasn't like starving myself. I just wasn't that hungry. Whatever. That's besides the point. I also cried because I made my first hamburger with raw meat, and I was on FaceTime with my family sobbing because I thought it was so disgusting. That's nor here nor there. All this to say, we did get skinny during the circle. So, and it was just as hard as Survivor. Okay, Aubrey wins. We already know where the fuck this is going. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
I honestly thought she was going to take. I thought she was going to take Rizzo because early on she was like, oh, I'm taking Rizzo to the end because no one's going to give him the money. But then she's like, actually, me and Rizzo have similar games. So I actually think I'm going to bring Joe instead. And I said, I mean, like, that should have always been the plan.
That should have been, yeah. What are we talking about here?
Mama, who's voting for Joe? Whatever. And tells the boys about it, and they start making fire. Here's the thing. My mom said this to me. She said, Daniel, if you were on 49 and you came back home and you had 9 days, bitch, I would be having a fucking fire and you told me you lost season 49 because of fire. I would have you wouldn't sleep, bitch.
Yeah.
I would be having a fucking fire camp counselor out there living with you until you can make fire with your arms behind your back. So I think that was crazy. He's like really not getting it. Then Joe starts helping him out, like, thank God. Joe starts helping him and he's like kind of getting it, but Jonathan's like fucking George of the Jungle, whatever. And he just gets it, whatever. And so now this is the moment that gagged me. So they're like, alrighty, we're going to fire. Like, we're doing it. And they go to tribal. And then Aubrey's like, I'm bringing Joe to the end, period. We've been new. And then it goes to Jeff. And Jeff is like, oh, hey guys, like whatever, la la la, Rizzo, come out here. And they're talking to Rizzo. My brain's like,
I was really weird. I was like, why is he out here already too?
Same. And I'm like, so when's Jonathan coming out? Because I saw the empty jury seat and I said, okay, we're doing a little quick 2-minute with Rizzo. Cool. Now, when are we doing the quick 2-minute with Jonathan? And it's going, again, I'm eating prosciutto. I'm fucking eating salami, the cheeses, everything, just like la la la. And then he says, alrighty, take a seat. Like, the final member of our
jury. About, losing fire. Yeah. I literally, my Paramount Plus had been acting up and I thought somehow my TV skipped ahead. Same. I was so confused. They like fucked with my head for a second. I was like, I just completely missed something somehow.
Same. I thought what happened was like, I thought because we have like DirecTV, I was like, did a storm hit and like it out and like I was catching up to the episode. I wasn't
because you didn't see my text before because I was spamming Daniel.
No, Jordan was such a real one, but I was like, oh wait, which I'm just stupid for this. I didn't want to open the text because I didn't want to be spoiled, but then I was like,
you knew I wasn't gonna spoil.
Correct, because you knew I was behind, so I was like, what the fuck? Honestly, I'll be honest. I'm actually happy I lived through that because if the fire making was more interesting, I would have been pissed. But the fire making was not interesting at all.
They built up that whole arc of Rizzo learning fire rapidly, and then he just like choked under pressure. It was terrible.
Embarrassed. But so I'm watching it. I think the fucking a satellite dish like fucking fell, and like we just spawned up here, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then you just see Jeff, and he's like, what? And then Saree's like,
Saree. I don't know why. There's something about the way, like, it reminds me of on Big Brother when it's happy. She goes, oh my God, happy birthday. It was that same type of energy, like, fire hasn't happened yet.
And then D in the corner is like this.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, wow. But honestly, there's so many questions I have for this because I know he has an earpiece in. So, like, is production not telling you?
Also, aren't we running on a delay? Like, there's a delay.
Right. Like Big Brother, there's like a few second delay.
Well, it's like law. There's a delay on live TV because of what happened to Janet Jackson at the Super Bowl. That's when the law went into effect where there's always a delay on TV. So why couldn't they just cut? I mean, granted, it was iconic. Like, I'm happy it happened. Like, it was fun to watch that live. Like, that'll be on YouTube and reality TV fails for years and years and years to come. There's like a whole Big Brother like slip up live TV where Julie's accidentally spoiling shit and I'm gonna go on a side tangent. Yeah, I need to send you the video. It's literally like it just goes over all the seasons when she accidentally like says stuff that was a secret. Like on Audrey's season, Clay, she was like, Clay, you're a professional like football player. Like, how's it been like? And he didn't tell anyone that. Like little things like that where she accidentally slips up and says shit.
Wait, send that to me ASAP.
Or even like competition fails where like someone didn't actually win, but it was never caught. Stuff like that.
Oh, do you remember the Tyler Crispin one, like Final 3, Final 4?
What was his?
It was like when they were like hanging on the thing or whatever, or like the spinning discs, and like I think his butt hit the disc or whatever, and it was like he won Final 3. It was right. I digress. Jordan, send me that video. Yeah. We're getting whatever. All of this to say,
the people love it.
Right. All of this to say, this was crazy, and I think Jeff handled it great, honestly. And that's
you can't backtrack.
That's the only way you can handle it. Like, make it fun, make it camp, whatever. Given. Like, it's the fact that it was such a terrible fire making to begin with, bitch. Almost part of me wants me to think that it was purposeful because I think Jeff was like, this isn't interesting at all, so how can I make it interesting?
Did you see the recording of Commercial Break where he was like still trying to figure out what happened? He was like, oh yeah, that's a big fuck up or something like that.
My friend who I'm seeing tomorrow, Mark, was in the audience for it. So I can't wait to be like, I need to know the energy of the room. Where was it? Like, I don't know. Like, I know Jeff has an earpiece and I just don't understand how like the earpiece is like, hey, what are we doing? Like,
how did we like completely jump ahead? Like that was supposed to be after fire, that whole segment.
We literally were supposed to go to a commercial, then do fire, then go to. So
because he was like, up next, we have one more surprise, and that didn't happen until after fire. So that whole segment was supposed to go after fire. I mean, obviously, but like even his closing remarks, like I don't know, someone got fired.
It's not Jeff Probst. So yeah, that happens. Then we actually go to fire. Rizzo loses fire, which we've been new, but it was pitiful. Like it was like there was no flame to be had.
Yeah.
And like, I'm sorry,
Katniss Everdeen, who she wasn't there.
But to call yourself a super fan and not know how to make fire, I'm sorry. Like
it's really, yeah.
You lost $1 million last season because you couldn't make fire. You lost $2 million this season because you. Given, I don't even think he said this. He was like, I was never going to win in the end with next to Aubrey.
It's like,
but can I say this? I said this on the podcast last episode. I think Rizzo, out of everybody there, played the best game. But now walk with me for a second here.
I don't want to walk with you. I want to stand behind and watch you walk away.
Bitch, you said you were rooting for fucking Tiffany and Rizzo to win this shit at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, at this point.
Right, but let me say this.
But are you saying out of the final people or the entire cast?
Oh, no. Here. Like,
people. I thought you were talking about the entire cast.
Oh, okay. No, bitch, never too much on my girl, Sari. Never too much on my girl.
I was like, what's happening?
Yeah, you said you've lost a lot. Because here's the thing. I said this. He came into this game the only other person in this cast that has no relationships with nobody. People don't know his season, all these things. You have to understand, nobody had a reason to want to like Rizzo, to want to work with Rizzo. They didn't see anything to be like, oh, I loved how you played this game, so I want to work with you, whatever. He had a known idol since day 12. He was always in the middle of the vote. He was the deciding factor if Ozzy went home. He was also partially the deciding factor if Sari went home. He got himself to this position, and nobody had any fucking reason to like him. Hello?
Yeah.
And so, honestly, I think if he was up at the end with Aubrey, he would get my vote. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, people think he's cocky and he doesn't make fire and whatever. Like, I don't care about that. I mean, also, actually, Rizzo also never won an immunity challenge, whatever. But that's like nor here nor there. I digress. That's my thoughts on that. Rizzo loses fire. Wham.
Aubrey wins, obviously. But then the jury questioning did get me a little scared. Like, there were some people that were really gung-ho Jonathan. I was like,
you want to know what fucking gagged me? Why the fuck did we do family visits at Final 3?
Yeah. Oh my God. Did you see that Rizzo's mom got flown out there and everything and they didn't even get to.
For me, it's just like that
should have got a little PJ vacation.
But it's just it's what Survivor's losing me on is go back to what was. Remember when you brought family members out and you did a challenge with them?
Mm-hmm.
Like bring us back. Like I just think I don't know. It's like I understand you need to evolve, but you need to keep like the integrity of what the game is. And we look at Big Brother, right? Big Brother is expect the unexpected, but we always have the integrity of the game of like given, except for when Rachel Riley got booted because she didn't win a comp. But why are we missing out on why did it take us so long for us to bring back the auction, right? Like why are we not doing comps that we did way back when? Why we're cutting it down from 39 to 26 days? I know that's because of money. We're only staying in Fiji. I know that's because of money, but I'm like, do you know how much money this show makes?
And the marketing campaigns they did for 50, they got money. Don't you remember when they were building fucking Sandra and Rob's heads on islands?
Island of the Idols. What happened to themes? Let me tell you this right now. If you ask like any like normal fan human being and you're like, who was on season 43 of Survivor? Nobody could fucking say shit. You need to be able to give us a benchmark. There's 50 seasons. 41 through 49 ain't gonna work for me, bitch. I'm gonna need Island of the Idols, bitch. I'm gonna need villain.
It's really stupid.
Blood versus water. Heroes versus hustlers versus whatever.
Blood versus water. Bring that shit back. I want to see Blood versus water so bad. That should be the next All Stars, honestly.
I'm just over.
Can we do that on Big Brother? Why can't we adapt that to every fucking show? I'm sorry. I love Blood versus water so much. It's such a good concept.
Blood versus water low-key was like season 6 of Big Brother.
A little bit, yeah.
Because you knew each other, so it's like whatever.
Kind of.
I just.
Are you voting out your mom?
What?
Are you voting out your mom?
Bitch. Wait, what season was that when the girl in Survivor voted out her mother? Do you remember?
Know. It was in the 20s.
Would you vote out your parents? I mean, actually,
I would vote out. No, I just mean literally. It could be. I would vote out anyone. I don't care.
I should have.
As long as it makes sense, right? Like if I'm not in a good spot and it doesn't make sense, then I'm not gonna vote you out.
I just should.
It's like if you're playing a better game, then it's like, like you the money's both of ours. Kind of.
Yeah. Yeah. You voted me out during Killers.
I had to.
No, you didn't.
I had to. You were being a terrible innocent.
That's actually so.
We are all trying to figure out who the killers are. Right after something, there was a murder in plain sight, and Daniel's like, la la la, I'm gonna go.
That's such a lot.
Well, but it's like I would know that you would never do that. But then everyone's like, why is Daniel doing that? And I'm right there, and I'm a killer, so I'm like, yeah, I don't know why Daniel would do that. Like, it's like I'm like, where's Daniel? Here's
the thing. It gets fucked. Like, guys, I'm sorry we're going on this tangent, but it must be addressed right here, right now. Guys, listen. Guys, Matt, we did a Killers game. It's Matt's like version of the Traitors, whatever. And Matt was like, hey guys, we have 5 minutes to like go to round table. Like you guys like change into whatever you need to and like whatever. I like a double murder just happened. And my brain is like, it's a new episode. I'm changing my shirt. I literally sprint to my cabin, which is 10 seconds away. I put on the shirt, spray cologne on it. I come back, bitch, under 30 seconds sucking flat. And people are like, that was so suspicious. Why did you run off? Bitch, number one, who cared if I stayed? Because if I stayed, all I would have been like is, oh my God, who is it? Who died? It wasn't me. Bitch, what the fuck? He said change. And I did. And everybody wanted to be like, oh my God, he must be a traitor. I digress. All this to say, Jordan voted me out and I thought it was stupid. And in my gut of guts, I was like, that was so weird. I called Jordan at 3 a.m. on the ridge. I said,
really?
I called you at 2 a.m. And you were like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, you just did not have to vote me out. Like, that was so weird of you. Like, I don't know why you fucking did that at all. Because you're my best friend, bitch. And you would know if I'm a killer or not. Bitch,
yeah. But I was playing, I was
No.
just like defending anyone would have been a bad look for me.
I don't even think it's defending. I think if people are like, why did Jordan vote to keep Daniel? And it would be different if I wasn't.
But don't you remember you also, we're getting such on a side tangent. Welcome to the Killer Podcast. Don't you remember you also, once again, like, you would never do this if you were a killer. And I know that, but other people, like, these aren't gamers. So, like, they don't have like game brain, but like it was a game and it was like obviously like it was for a shield and like Daniel like was be like, oh, that's my card right there, and like gave up his card. And it's like, well, I know if he was a killer, he wouldn't do that.
It was a game of, what was the game called?
It was like matching cards,
whatever. Right. Here's the thing, and this is where I stand by it. Is sorry, we're really going on a tangent. You guys can just leave the episode if you want to, but we are here now. I hated that group so much, and I said, I'm not letting them take me out. I'm taking myself out, because they were sitting there all like, it was like 12 against them against me, and I'm like, I'm not about to have you dumb fucking cunts just like try to like ruin my shit. So I pull my card. Also, I love Caitlyn. All this to say, Jordan voted me out and he did it, and it was suspicious as fuck. All this to say, the family comes on Survivor 50. And I was like, why are we doing that for Final 3? Why aren't we doing a challenge? Why aren't we bringing back all the families like we did for 50? And then Fijian Airways like we did before? Whatever. We go to the final tribal council. And honestly, can I say this though? I am happy that Jonathan was coming for Aubrey. And this is what I want to see during a final tribal council. Like, someone says something and you're fighting for $2 million. Like, you need to push back on it. And she was pushing back on him, as it should be. Now, let me also say this though, and this is what I do disagree with. And I don't know who clocked it, but it was when like Stephanie was like praising
not
Jonathan.
Asking a question. Yeah.
No, but
it was D or Cherie. They were like, is this a question?
Guys, I don't have a problem with that, because
I don't either. It was giving like jury roundtable meets like final,
But not that, guys. We've seen older seasons of Survivor where sometimes people literally just go up there and say, I'm just going to bitch you out and tell you I think you're the worst fucking human being I've ever met, because this is my time to fucking speak and not yours, ho, and then fucking leave. So for me, I did not have a problem with it at all. If that's how she wants to spend her question, that's how she wants to spend her question.
But it's not helping his game though, is the thing. It's like, that's your perspective. How about you give him an opportunity to say in his own words why he, whatever the question is, rather than just praising him. Like, you've already been saying that, I'm sure, to everyone in jury. Like, I'm sure they've already heard you say that. So it's like, now you're just saying in front of the finalists, it's not going to help his case.
I do agree with that. Because it would be different if it was like Rizzo saying that, because like people didn't get to hear Rizzo because he just got there. But like, Stephanie, you've been there from the jump. Everybody knows what it's looking like for you. So I thought that was, but I also thought like the girls fighting at jury, like, yeah. Also, girl, bring back the. Do you remember this one final tribal council where this girl said, "I want you to take out your teeth in front of me"? Do you remember this?
No.
Jordan, you need to go back and watch Old School Survivor with me because like it is just like it hits differently. Like people, like one girl literally did not have like two teeth, and she was like, I want to see you without your teeth. And then there was also this one final tribal council where this person said, I will vote for you for the $1 million if you promise to get your vocal cords removed.
That's cunty though.
No, she ate with that. I don't know if she gave her vote. All this to say.
Does she have her vocal cords?
I don't
Is
think
she still speaking?
I think so.
Well.
So whatever. I thought this final tribal was like, okay. I mean, like Joe knew nothing was happening, and like everybody knew that. And honestly, can I say this?
Sari is a little mean to him. I kind of felt bad for him, and I love Mother, but I just felt a little bad for that man right there.
I don't give a fuck. Here's the thing, and this is what I want to say, is Joe, and what I love about Joe is Joe literally, I saw him on an interview, I think it was with Sharon Tharp, and then she was literally just like, he was like, I was never getting a vote.
Yeah.
He said, I knew. He said, I knew I wasn't going to get a single vote. Like, and I said, you know what, Joe?
You still got like that 70K bonus for fucking, or whatever they get. If y'all don't know that, like Survivors.
It's 85K.
Yeah, I think like top 5 gets bonuses, so like he's fine.
Yeah, I think he made 85K and then 85K. Let me say this. I think Joe was such a waste of a cast because he did nothing for me, truthfully.
I don't know why we met him. I don't think I talked to him.
No, guys, here's the thing. Joe, I'll die on this hill. I think he's a sweetheart. Like what he did.
Yeah, great guy.
What he did for what's her name on season 47, 48, whatever. That was great. And I think that's why he got brought back. But for me, it's like you just did not push the needle one way or another. And for me, if I'm doing Survivor 50, I'm casting all people who are going to push the needle one way or another. Say what you want about Emily Flippin. She did. Same thing with Christian. Say what you want. Say what you want about Tiffany. She did. So whatever. We go to final tribal council. And the votes are coming out. And then there's 3 votes for Jonathan. I said, oh, wow. I only thought he was going to get 2. The rest go to Aubrey. Aubrey wins. Yay!
Here's what I'll say. I wish they would have done the live. Like, by the way, there wasn't even like a reunion.
Don't even, Jordan. And we're going to talk about that because what was this?
I was so confused. I wish they still would have read the votes right there because it's like the jury obviously talks. They've known who won for a year now. It's like I wish they would have revealed it there. That way you can see like the authentic reaction rather than just like, oh, now I'm actually seeing it play back, so I'm like getting like reliving it type thing.
Can we do some research on this? I feel like, and maybe the answer is just yes and no. I feel like I've read that some seasons people literally don't know who wins until it happens. Is that just because some people? I think maybe some people don't tell. I don't know, but also
lie.
No, but also it kind of seemed like Jonathan didn't necessarily know because I feel like some of his interviews.
I felt like he knew.
I don't know.
He looked like he knew on stage. When his votes were getting read, he like already looked defeated. And also, shut the fuck up, baby back bitch. Stop saying it was a fucking bitter jury. You're a loser. I don't give a fuck. I'm never gonna meet him. I mean, I honestly might meet him, but I literally don't give a fuck. I won't say hi.
I mean, I don't have any reason to care for him. I don't know. I just feel like it. But honestly, who do you take everything out? Like, take away bitter jury. Just put in statistics. Who do you think should have won?
Out of the final 3?
Like, take away everything. Like, just look at resume. Who do you think should have won?
I still say Aubrey, even though I didn't want it.
Guys, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. Is that crazy?
Just like Jonathan, I don't know. Maybe I just don't have the glasses on for Jonathan.
I will say this. I think on paper he should have won, but
maybe I'm a bitter juror.
No, I think on paper he should have won. I just think, I mean, you have to look at it, Jordan. He was just set up so good for so long. Oh my God, can we bring up Devin? Can we bring up Devin saying you and Joe and Jonathan, you guys preached the whole time that you wanted to take out the middle, and now you are standing on both, like either sides of it.
Yeah, ate that up. Also, let me say this though. I don't know if I believe in a bitter jury. That's up to you to know what the type of people you are playing and how to manage them. Especially on Survivor 50, like I don't think it's a bitter. They're all stars. Like everyone wants the best winner to win.
there's no such thing as a bitter jury in reality television because it is a social experiment and it is up to you to figure out how those pieces move and like what makes them blow off and not. I completely agree. But honestly, can I say it though? I don't even think the jury was bitter towards Jonathan. I just think they liked Aubrey's story better. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it was bitter. I think they just liked her story more. And I think like you guys, you and like this is what people don't understand is this is why you were so afraid of Tiffany, where it's like Aubrey has known a lot of these people for 10, even though look at it, if you look at the final vote, a lot of old school voted for new school, voted for, or no, sorry, a lot of old school like Stephanie, Coach, they voted for Jonathan. Who else was it? Christian who voted for Jonathan? Who voted for Jonathan? Who else?
Also, I don't know, but I'll say this too. It was annoying me when they were talking about like old school, like old school game is this, old school game is that, and I think he represents all that. Baby, we're not in old school anymore, so why are we worried about that?
I just think it doesn't matter. It's like who played. Right. No, but it's crazy to me to think that 3 old school voted for a new school to win. Like, so for me, it's again, I think it was such a lapse in judgment from the people of saying Tiffany was a bigger threat, because for me, how I would look at it is, okay, there's a lot of old school, quote unquote, on the jury, whatever. But it's also like, guys, everybody loves a redemption story. Everybody loves it. Like, what is more dramatic than a death? A redemption. Always remember that. So whatever, she wins, announces the vote. She also gets a car and has to like sprint 18,000 fucking feet.
Yeah, through the fucking jungle.
Guys, Aubrey was more excited about this fucking car than the 2 million.
It's because she already knew. I know, but she was like, what? Like so fucking.
Bro, you know,
I saw that car and I was like, okay, Toyota.
No, but you know, production said, like, listen, like, you might be getting something, and when you do, you need to give a big reaction because these are our sponsors, and you need to act like this is like fucking like God on wheels. Like, thank you and goodbye. And whatever. And there was no real reunion, which pissed me off. Like, I want an hour. Stupid. I want an hour reunion with everybody. I don't want this. I don't want this sprinkled fucking in bullshit because I want to hear everybody's fucking opinions and I want to feel them heated or angry or upset. And guess what? Jeff is going to use this flub to be like, we're never doing a live reunion ever again.
Okay, well, guess what? Get in touch with your fucking fans.
Bitch, you know what it should be? Survivor fucking 51, 52, 50 should always be in the hands of the fans. We should always be voting on what like, do you want a live reunion?
What do you think would have happened if it was a vote instead of fire?
I think Aubrey votes Rizzo. I think Rizzo votes Jonathan. I think it would have been tied, and I say this because I think it would have been fire regardless, because Rizzo told me that him and Joe,
or would they have done Ross?
No, he said they had a final 2 the whole entire time. So I think Aubrey and Jonathan would have voted Rizzo, and I think Rizzo and Joe would have voted Jonathan, and I think Rizzo. So I think it would have ended the same. In conclusion, what do you think?
I don't know. That's why I asked.
Right. So what happened? There's really no fun jury questions like at the end of it. Like I just felt like that was boring. I don't know. But here's the thing, Jordan, is I've literally read responses where people are like Michelle. I think Michelle Fitzgerald said, I didn't know. I didn't think I was winning. I didn't think I won the show. So some bitches do keep it a secret. But also Rizzo said this. Rizzo said he talked to Joe right after finale, and Joe, not like right after like finale on the island. And like Joe was a little bit upset he didn't give him a vote. And so I said, okay, so someone's clearly talking about it at Ponderosa. The fuck?
Yeah, they're definitely all talking. There's no way.
But I'm just like, I don't like that.
I mean, yeah.
But that's it. I mean, honestly, can I be honest?
All we got for you.
This season wasn't that great.
It was good at the beginning. It was like good at the beginning. It was really good. Actually, it was good for like a good second.
I just think the problem with a lot of seasons is when you have an underwhelming finale, it taints everything else. And I say that because here's the thing, guys. I look at the final 3 and I say, what crazy big moves did they really make that like changed the game?
Yeah.
And it just seemed like it was all here. You know what I mean? Like it really does. Given Aubrey did that move with Ozzy, but I was a little underwhelmed, and that's my thoughts.
Yeah.
So
I mean, overall.
Sari won fan favorite, guys, and Jeff didn't even try to say it in the top 10. He said, and
yeah,
Sari,
no, it's obvious. Yeah.
Well, guys,
there was no even build up to it, and I feel like Sari even knew the way it happened.
Please.
I mean, the audience yells Sari, and she's like, they're like, well, yes.
Well, and they said, tell us something we don't know. Well, guys, that is all we have for you. That is the wrap on Survivor 50 over here on Reality Group Chat. Listen, make sure to be watching us. We will be recapping RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars Season 11 that you can catch now. And then in like what, guys, a month and a half, we will be on our Big Brother grind.
And you know, Big Brother is where we are at. Like that is, and it's our 1 year anniversary of the podcast. Yo, Big Brother, we're going to put our... let me not say that. We're going to put our fucking elbow into Big Brother again. I want to do some fun competitions again and like shit like that. Like, let's make this podcast fun again. Make podcast fun again. Ally.
But
But not with us.
You. Make sure to follow us everywhere at Reality Group Chat. You can follow me everywhere at Daniel. Jordan, where can they follow you everywhere at?
Hey, you can follow me everywhere at It's Jordan Staff. Follow our girl QT everywhere at QURITYLER. You won't see her on the pod until July because she ain't about that Drag Race life. That's a lie. She's about that Drag Race life. She's just booked and busy. She's on Virgin Cruises right now. Go comment on her post.
Yeah, go comment on her post because I want her to get us a cruise because I'm pissed.
Reality Group Chat takes on the sea.
And we'll see you guys there. Till next time, we love ya. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Goodbye, everyone.